Okay, this is Jolie here for Fight Hub TV. My pleasure to introduce Dmitry Bivol here on Fight Week ahead of one of the biggest rematches in boxing. It's great to have you here back in Saudi Arabia, the rematch that everyone knew needed to happen, and now it's here on Fight Week. What are your expectations on Saturday night?
I'm expecting very good fight, not less interesting than first fight. And I believe in my skills. I hope I will do all my best and I will be better than last time.
You say they're less interesting than the first fight. What does that mean?
Not less interesting, yeah. I hope it will be interesting, yeah.
What do you think the differences will be in this fight in comparison to the first fight?
I think it will be more actions, more active and actions.
Yeah, I spoke to Eddie last week and he said it was such a close fight. He thought you did enough, but the only thing that could have split it was towards the end of the fight. Do you feel like you have to put a bit more pressure on him in the last few rounds just to make sure the judges have you winning this time?
Yeah, I have to do it not only last rounds. I have to do it all fight.
You spoke to us many times on Fight Hub since the first fight, and you said that you completely almost forget about the decision because you didn't want that to affect you. Do you have to do extra in training to make sure that you have the cardio to last 12 rounds at full pace? Because you could lose one round, but the judges, because of how close your styles are and how close the rounds are, you just have to win by 1 milliscule. How much and what extra have you done in order to get that extra one punch, that extra one judge to score you the fight?
I was thinking about generally, like I have to do not just one punch more or one round more. I have to be better. I have to win each round without doubt.
What does that entail? How do you win those close rounds against a high-level fighter like Artur Beterbiev?
This is the most interesting part. Yeah, you have to win. You have to punch him more than. And not let him punch you, like just easy, yeah.
Is this, in your mind, the best fight in boxing? Because a boxing fan, the boxing audience know how good this fight is. In your mind, is there another fight in the sport that is as good and as high level as this?
A lot of fights, good, of course, and high level, and I cannot watch this fight and see that it's the high level because I'm doing it. It's kind of awkward for me, to say it.
Has anyone made you work as hard as Arthur did in the first fight?
Has what?
Has anyone that you fought previously made you work as hard as Arthur did in the first fight? You fought Canelo, you fought some of the best fighters in the world. Did you have to work as hard as you did in the first fight with other fighters?
I think all my opponents at some point pushed me, pushed me to be at this level where I am today,
He believes that this fight could end inside the distance. Do you think there's chance of that being in the ring with Arthur, that you could get hit by that power?
Sorry, I don't get it.
He believes that the knockout could come for him. Do you believe that you're capable of getting hit by his power?
Of course. I don't know how it will be happen, but I believe in my skills, in my defense, in my punches and everything. He believes in him, but only God knows what will happen.
How hard did he hit in the first fight? Does he have good power? How hard?
Of course, he has very hard punch without putting efforts.
Is that the hardest punch you've been in there with?
No, I got harder punches, but the people also put more efforts than him.
Who hits hardest in your career?
Pascal also, he's very sharp punches. He has Joe Smith, he's also heavy puncher, like slow, heavy. Canelo also, he's hard puncher, but he's putting more efforts than Beterbiev to reach this limit.
For sure. I want to ask you about Canelo's 4-fight deal with Riyadh season. He's looking to fight William School in May and September, Terence Crawford. How do you think the size will affect Terence Crawford in September in that huge fight?
I don't know, but I think it's an interesting fight against Crawford, of course. The best fighters in their weight classes, different styles. Good fight.
You're obviously one of the only men to ever beat Canelo Alvarez. How would you give Terence the blueprint to beat Canelo?
What?
How would you give the blueprint to Terence to beat Canelo Alvarez?
Just need to do his job, what he's doing well. You know, he's changing his stance, he's moving a lot, you know, he's keeping distance. Like this he could win, of course, not with changing punches with him.
Who do you think has more power out of the two?
Canelo, of course, he got used to this weight class more than Crawford. He need to get used to this power, even he's big.
So how does Canelo beat Crawford? Do you think that's a stoppage?
He could beat him, he could stop him. It could happen anyhow, you know, from both of the sides. And Canelo, of course, will try to find some hard punch.
Okay. Well, I'm looking forward to this weekend. I want to get your thoughts on the co-main event between Dubois and Parker. That's obviously a huge title fight for the heavyweight championship of the world.
A very interesting fight. Dubois, he's in good point in his career now. I like Parker, how he's fighting. I like his style. I like his personality, his team, and it will be interesting fight.
Finally, a message to your supporters who've travelled to watch you fight previously and are going to be watching on Saturday night ahead of one of the biggest fights in boxing.
Thank you so much, everybody who's supporting me, who's watching my fight. Guys, I feel it. I appreciate. Don't miss the fight on February 22nd. I will try to do all my best for you to enjoy the fight. Thank you.
Thank you.